Free metro and buses for women. Aam Aadmi Party soap opera after poll rout. Bonanza in offing for women riders. Game changer or road to chaos? Who will pay for free rides for votes? Is Delhi Metro ready for this?
The Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi has announced a bumper SOP, a promise just before state elections in Delhi in just a few months from now, early in 2020. And it's aimed directly at women commuters in the national capital. And what's being viewed as a step to woo women voters, the Delhi government under the Aam Aadmi Party has announced free rides, free tickets on board Delhi Metro and DTC buses for all women commuters. Women will no longer have to pay to use the metro or buses across the national capital, says the Aam Aadmi Party, and the government will bear all of these expenses of this freebie. This move will benefit 7.5 lakh women who use the metro every day and 8.4 lakh women who use buses to commute every single day. The announcement was made by Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal and is being seen as a move to woo women voters ahead of the assembly elections in February next year. The government will be bearing a revenue loss of 1,200 crore rupees for this freebie aimed at women. The India Today Axis post-poll study done recently, compiled by our Data Intelligence Unit, says that 22% of women voters chose the Aam Aadmi Party in the 2019 elections, while a sizable 54% chose the BJP and 22% women voters chose the Congress.
पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट महिलाओं के लिए सबसे सुरक्षित माना गया है। उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए सरकार ने निर्णय लिया है कि दिल्ली के अंदर सभी डीटीसी की बसें और क्लस्टर बसें, सभी बसों के अंदर और मेट्रो के अंदर महिलाओं का सफ़र फ्री किया जाएगा, ताकि महिलाएं उसको ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट इस्तेमाल कर सकें। किसी के भी ऊपर सब्सिडी थोपी नहीं जाएगी। कई सारी महिलाएं अफोर्ड कर सकती हैं, जो अफोर्ड कर सकती हैं वो अपना टिकट खरीद के, सब्सिडी उनको लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। बस में भी टिकट खरीद सकती हैं, मेट्रो पे भी टिकट खरीद सकती हैं। और हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा उनको इनकरेज करेंगे, जो अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं वो सब्सिडी का इस्तेमाल ना करें, ताकि और दूसरे लोगों को इसका फ़ायदा मिल सके।
किराया बढ़ाने या घटाने की बात नहीं है। जो भी पैसा महिला पैसेंजर से डीएमआरसी को, डीटीसी को या क्लस्टर को मिलता है, उतना पैसा सरकार उनको रीइंबर्स करेगी। तो एक तरह सब्सिडी है ये। बजट का एलोकेशन भी है, कैबिनेट में भी ये मुद्दा जाएगा, कैबिनेट की अप्रूवल चाहिए होगी। जो रोल आउट में, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में जो इश्यूज़ हैं, जो चैलेंजेस हैं, उनको भी देखा जाएगा।
अभी अगले 2-3 महीनों में, 4 महीनों में अगर किसी दिन ये घोषणा कर दें कि एक बस आपके घर के बाहर ही खड़ी रहेगी, जब मन करे उसमें बैठिएगा, घुमा के आपको पूरा फिर आपके घर पे उतार के जाएगी, तो भी आप आश्चर्य मत करिएगा। इस लेवल तक अरविंद केजरीवाल का मानसिक संतुलन गड़बड़ हो चुका है।
So the Aam Aadmi Party is calling it a game changer. The BJP is calling it a jumla. That's expected, ladies and gentlemen. Less than a year to go for the Delhi elections. Joining me live now in just a moment, Raghav Chadda, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. He also fought the election recently. Harish Khurana, leader of the BJP. Pooja Shali, our correspondent who tracks the Aam Aadmi Party and Delhi politics very, very closely. But first, I want to play out for you what certain commuters have been saying when we confronted them with this information that's been put out right now by the Aam Aadmi Party. Here's India Today's Ashutosh speaking to Delhi commuters.
A lot of women, those who are coming from the metro, आप रोज यूज करती हैं मेट्रो?
No.
रोज नहीं यूज करती हैं। जो दिल्ली में रहने वाली औरतें हैं, लड़कियां जो पढ़ने जाती हैं, काम करते हैं, उनके लिए मेट्रो फ्री होने जा रहा है। आप लोगों के लिए कैसा स्टेप देखती हैं ये, महिलाओं के लिए दिल्ली में मेट्रो?
ये बहुत अच्छी बात है।
आपको लगता है इससे सिक्योरिटी, महिलाओं की सुरक्षा बढ़ेगी?
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल बढ़ेगी।
ये भी कहा जा रहा है कि सर अरविंद केजरीवाल सरकार जो देखिए चुनाव को ध्यान में रखते हुए कर रहे हैं।
अच्छा, चलो बढ़िया बात है भैया।
So the women at least expecting, but we also need to see how the men's are going to actually react on this. महिलाओं को दिल्ली मेट्रो में फ्री किया जा रहा है उनकी यात्रा, उन्हें पैसे नहीं देने पड़ेंगे. जो पुरुष हैं उनका क्या कहना है?
बहुत अच्छी बात है हमारे देश के लिए भी और महिलाओं के लिए भी. बहुत अच्छी बात है कि गवर्नमेंट इतना कुछ कर रही है हमारे लिए.
कि घर में कौन कौन मेट्रो इस्तेमाल करता है?
हमारे घर में सब लोग यूज़ करते हैं मेट्रो.
महिला सदस्य कितनी जो करती है?
महिला सदस्य भी करते हैं, जो जॉब करते हैं वो रेगुलर मेट्रो से आते हैं जाते हैं.
Pooja, my colleague, has been out and about in Delhi since this morning. Pooja, I don't know if you use the metro yourself, but, many of the voices, the instant reaction is, badhiya hai, achhi baat hai, etc., etc. Obviously, there will be many commuters whose instinctive response perhaps will be that this is a good thing. But there are some serious questions to consider, aren't there, Pooja?
Well, that's right, and that is why, beyond the social media reactions coming in, many of them are saying, why only free rides? We want safe rides. But remember, there is a large chunk of women commuters, Shiv, who will appreciate, with their financial constraints, such a proposal. Also, I've been speaking to all ministers of the Delhi government at the top level, and I've just also now spoken to the Transport Minister, Kejriwal. They have given me 3 specific inputs which are important to break on India today. One, consultations have taken place with the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation and the DTC Bus Corporation as well, which means that their revenue loss possibility will be borne by the Delhi government. So that financial aspect has been taken care of. Secondly, they are clearly catering to that specific chunk of voters who do feel who feel that there is this financial constraint on them and will appreciate. And importantly, it's only a proposal right now. It's not been finalized. This is not an announcement. Only in the next few days, when assembly session is called, can some action be taken.
Okay, Pooja, thank you very much for that. I'm going to let you go and I'm going to put that question now to Raghav Chadha. Raghav, defend, the supposition that this is about politics. It doesn't take into account, the possible losses and the fact that there could be many other steps, for women. And, this is nothing but an election-specific freebie. Defend all of that, Raghav.
Well, first of all, those who wish to oppose will oppose for the sake of opposition. The BJP has a mindset that they don't want women to step out of their houses, they want women to stay indoors, and therefore perhaps they're so violently and vehemently opposing this move. As far as this particular move is concerned, the Aam Aadmi Party has always been of the view that the government needs to do more and more when it comes to ensuring safety and security of women. In Delhi, you know this, that Delhi Police, which is an agency that reports to the central government, is the principal body that is responsible for ensuring safety and security of women, which has miserably failed. And therefore, with whatever little legroom that the Aam Aadmi Party government has in Delhi, we have been trying to move towards ensuring a safer environment for the commuters, for women in particular. Now, with this move, the few questions that do arise, as Pooja Shali, a reporter, also pointed out, I would like to address those. First is about the cost. Whether the central government will bear the cost, whether the DMRC, in which both the Delhi government and the central government have 50% equity shareholding, will they bear the cost? Who will bear the cost? It's the government of Delhi, it's the Kejriwal government, which is a surplus which has a surplus budget, that will bear the cost. We are not a negative budget government, we are a surplus budget government, and we have the money and we will bear the cost. Number 2, whether this will increase the ridership to a level which the Delhi Metro will not be able to cater to, that is also a question that has come. Let us also examine that about the total capacity of the Delhi Metro is 40 lakhs. At this point in time, Delhi Metro is operating at a capacity of 20 lakh 25 lakh commuters. So therefore, there is already a gap of 15 lakh commuters, and a part of which is being attributed to the increase in the Delhi Metro fare prices.
So let me just take those 2 points, Raghav. Let me just take those 2 points, and we'll come to the others. Harish Khurana, the Aam Aadmi Party says the BJP is opposing for the sake of opposing because they feel threatened by this. If you look at the way women voted in the election that's just gone by, 54% were with the BJP, 22% were with the Aam Aadmi Party, and therefore the Aam Aadmi Party says that they've got an answer to every one of the questions that the BJP can throw at this. Harish Khurana.
Did we oppose it? We said we are welcoming it. Why not? Why only females? Why gender bias? Give to all. Na? If you have money, give to all. But only problem there are 2-3 things. What's the blueprint? Raghav Chadda is saying only you're talking about metro. He has not spoken a single word on buses. Today, the problem is we require 12,000 buses. Unfortunately, they have 3,500 buses on road. That too, approximately 700 buses are off the road because
so
of
the story is very different when it comes to buses, you're saying.
If it's not freebie, a single point, if it's not a freebie, you should have implemented 4 years before. Why only 6 months before elections?
No, that's a fair question, Raghav. You want to answer that because, you know, just 6 months or 7 months before the election
I'll
makes it about elections. I'm not saying that's wrong.
Yes.
I'm not saying that's wrong. I mean, everyone wants to win elections.
You can do it.
But it is a question that will come into people's minds.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Shiv, right. So, Shiv, first of all, the elections in Delhi are not exactly around the corner. Elections are scheduled to happen early next year, early 2020. So, it's not that we're announcing it weeks before
Brother, 6
the
months.
state goes to polls, unlike Prime Minister Modi's announcements of direct benefit transfer,
Brother,
income
4
to
years
farmer,
back,
income
why
to
did
unemployed
4 years
people,
back?
etc., were announced weeks prior to the
why
nation
not
went
4
to
years
polls. So
back?
it's we are still. May I finish, Shiv?
Yeah, but also why not 4
May
years
I just
back?
respond, Shiv? May I respond?
Yes, respond.
May I respond, Shiv? So we have, right. So over the last 4 years, the union government has failed to live up to its promise of ensuring a safe and secure environment for women in Delhi. Since they're principally responsible, as far as our government is concerned, over the last 4 years, we've done a lot of things. We have deployed bus marshals in every bus in Delhi. We have deployed CCTV cameras in every nook and corner of Delhi. We have deployed bus marshals in every bus in Delhi. Whatever we can do to ensure safety and security of women, we have been doing with very limited amount of legroom. And over the last 4 years, this government has done a lot of work when it comes to education, healthcare, electricity, water.
Is this going to make things safer for women is the question.
Ensuring a safer travel environment for women.
By giving freebie on this, by giving the free, how are you saying this will
is it going to affect quality and therefore
safety? You're not focusing on the quality of the service. You're only giving a freebie just to increase the ridership. Unfortunately, you don't have a capacity to bear the in terms of buses. You don't have a capacity to bear that ridership should be increased. One. Secondly, you are saying the safety will be increased. Please explain me how this safety will be increased.
Mr. Khurana perhaps doesn't know that new buses have started plying on the streets of Delhi.
I don't know about Delhi.
About 300 buses will start plying this very month. And in the next 12 months, you will see more than 5,000 new buses on the streets on Delhi. The cases pertaining to purchase of buses were pending before the High Court.
My dear friend, it's been pending since Shriram government. Sorry, don't tell lie. Don't tell lie on the national television. It's been pending since last 6 years. Don't tell lie on the since last 4 years. You are unable to provide buses in Delhi. Please accept that.
By the end of this month. I don't understand why the BJP is opposing this move. Shiv, have you understood why the BJP is opposing this move? Is the BJP opposing this because BJP is fundamentally averse to the idea of women stepping out of their houses? Women,
your Chief Minister has not.
Harish, no, I'll tell you what.
You know, undertaking studies in educational institutions. Is BJP so narrow-minded that they don't want women to step out of their houses?
This is going to be said now. As far as the upcoming election is concerned, and Raghav is right when he says it's not around the corner, but 6 months is a very short time in Indian politics. My question is, the configuration of this debate is going to be that the BJP opposes it. That is going to be the political conversation now.
It's not 6 months,
why only 8 months?
Yeah.
Give it to all of us. You have money with you. Point number one. Point number two. He's speaking a lot of things on. He has not even explained how this Delhi government DTC will bear the load of
on the buses.
Third,
Raghav mentioned that there are going to be 5,000 more buses in the next 12 months.
Since last 7 years, we are hearing these buses will be coming on the roads. Since last 7 years, including Chief Minister government. Since last 4 years, I'll show you the 10 times Arvind Kejriwal said it. Next 3 months will be coming buses.
Raghav, the other.
My only point is not said. He's saying it's not around the corner. About 4 years back, he should have launched it now. If you're so interested in women security, why not 4 years back? Why only 6 months back only?
Okay. He addressed that point. If you want to reiterate that point, you can, Raghav. And also, okay, Raghav, you want to answer that, and then I'll ask a broader question on this.
You don't have an answer.
Well, first of all, his question regarding why are men being excluded from this scheme, the simple answer to that is that the objective of this particular scheme is to ensure safety and security for women. We have, if you look at statistics, you will see that a lot of women are unable to go to jobs, unable to go to colleges, etc., because they don't have access to affordable public transport system, because public transport system is considered to be the safest mode of transport. So the objective behind this is to encourage women commuters to take public transport system, which is the safest. Number one. Number two, when you speak to commoners on the streets, unlike, you know, rich politicians of the BJP who live in 5-star hotels and drive in 5-star cars, if you speak to a common person walking on the street, they'll say that we love this move. We want this. They actually need it, and the government is responsive to their needs and is trying to do something for the women of Delhi. I can't possibly think why the BJP is opposing this. And as far as freebies is concerned, unlike the Bharatiya Janata Party, which in the run-up to the Madhya Pradesh state election said that we will give free smartphones, we will give free data packages, we will give free laptops, etc., free smartphones. All this was promised by the BJP in the run-up to the Madhya Pradesh election.
Why not?
That is what is called as freebies. This is called as a policy decision towards ensuring safety and security.
Which is why I want to ask that question. But before that, Harish Khurana, I'm just saying that, you know, the numbers that we have on our screen showing how women voted in the election that just went by is clearly something that the Aam Aadmi Party has, you know, taken at face value. If they're seeing that women have voted largely for the BJP, 54% have voted for the BJP, why are you faulting the Aam Aadmi Party for going after this? Every election, every party, you know, goes after poll stops. Why are you only pointing a finger at the Aam Aadmi Party?
My only point is, today what the people want, the Delhi people wants, they are asking the question, what about Wi-Fi? What about panic button? So you're talking about so much women's security.
Because of safety.
Because of safety. What about panic button? How many flowers you have made? How many buses you have on roads? Today people are asking so many questions on the performance of the Delhi government. To divert those issues, these freebies are coming in. And there more are coming in now. This is just first installment.
This is just the beginning, you're saying. Raghav, you know, we're almost out of time, but I just want to ask a slightly broader question, because, you know, ultimately elections are elections, promises will be made. You know, nobody is going to sit here and moralize over, you know, jumlas and sops and stuff. Ultimately, you can only be argued up to a certain extent. My larger point, you know, both as a journalist and a citizen, and this is not specific to the AAP, it's out there, but since we're talking about this, it's addressed to you, Raghav, isn't this ultimately a regressive thing? You know, offering a freebie of this kind, shouldn't it be a more foundational kind of approach than offering freebies which could be damaging and regressive in the long run?
You see, first of all, it's not exactly a freebie in the sense that unlike the electricity subsidy, 50% electricity subsidy that we are giving to every household in Delhi, this is a scheme in which only women who are needy will sign up. You know, those who are empowered, those who are privileged, those who have the money and the resources to use public transport system on their own need not sign up for this. So it's not an imposition on everyone. It's only meant for those who are actually needy. One. Number two, if you look at a pattern where cities across the world, like Luxembourg, like Dunkirk in France, cities have made public transport absolutely free of cost in order to promote more and more people to adopt public transport, get rid of their private vehicles and move to a more safer mode of transportation. I think the government of Delhi in its initiative has essentially tried to ensure that public transport system becomes accessible to women. As the Chief Minister pointed out in his press conference, anyone, whether he's from the BJP, Congress or an apolitical person or an NGO who has suggestions regarding this policy should email it to the government or should send a letter by post.
There are 8
and
months
whatever
to go.
Suggestions they make will be certainly very closely looked at by the government. So we are open to your concrete constructive suggestions, but for the BJP My simple suggestion to them would be to not oppose something for the sake of opposition.
Last word, Harish Khurana. Don't oppose for the sake of opposing, says the Aam Aadmi
We are not
Party.
opposing it, first of all. We should be made clear one thing. Secondly, today what do people want? They are talking about a lot of security. People want last mile connectivity.
Okay.
Where are these? People want a lot of buses on the road so that they can leave the private vehicles. They don't have right now. Where are the buses? Where are the flyovers?
Yeah. Delhi police is operating at 20% manpower. 80% vacancy needs to be filled in Delhi police. Who runs Delhi police? Why aren't you using Delhi police to ensure safer and secure environment for women? You have miserably failed. Delhi police reports to you. Delhi police comes under the Bharatiya Janata Party.
That's the reason
the principal
Delhi people have rejected
for
you.
safety and security and women. You have miserably failed. And it's people like Arvind Kejriwal who are providing CCTV cameras.
We will have to see
and free transport for women in Delhi.
Okay.
Please, for heaven's sake,
we will
encourage this move and do something about your Delhi police.
We will see what happens now. There are 8 months to go for the Delhi elections. The Aam Aadmi Party was whitewashed in Delhi. The Aam Aadmi Party is in power in the Delhi Assembly. Elections in 8 months from now. We'll have to see what happens. This is going to be one of the issues. And like the BJP says, there will be many more. It's game on for Delhi 2020. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.